Well, the latest movie in the Fast and Furious universe roared into the theaters this weekend. ABC Columbia's Matt Perrin tells us what he thought about the Hobbs and Shaw movie, this week's Movie Monday Musings.
Welcome to another Monday. The sole new wide release took the box office this weekend by a good margin. Of course, I think that was expected, being a film that is part of an extremely successful franchise, even though it is a spin-off of said franchise. Usually it's a little hard to find some success with a side story that doesn't involve the main character, but when your new main character is played by Dwayne Johnson, then I think you have a pretty safe bet. So, was this side project as fast and as furious as the franchise that birthed it? Here's my take on Hobbs and Shaw. Well, the height difference is the same between the two main characters. Our movie begins with our titular characters Luke Hobbs and Deckard Shaw, played by Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham, respectively. They're living their own lives on opposite sides of the world, but not exactly laying low. Meanwhile, Agent Hattie Shaw, played by Vanessa Kirby, is a member of MI6 that is going to retrieve a virus that could trigger a global pandemic. When a ghost agent Brixton, played by Idris Elba, shows up and kills her entire team trying to steal it, Hattie injects herself and goes on the run. Hobbs and Shaw are both brought in by the CIA to find Hattie and stop the virus, but based on their history, the two are obviously not excited about working together and show it over and over and over. Upon locating Hattie, who, yes, is Shaw's sister, the trio try to figure out a plan to get the virus out of her. But Brixton isn't done yet. His employers want the virus to wipe out the weakest of humanity. He comes in to take possession of Hattie and the virus, which starts the first of many fights between him and our protagonists. We soon find out that Brixton has been genetically and cybernetically enhanced, making him more than a normal enemy for the pair. What follows is a rapid array of fights, car chases, and improbable action scenes that we've come to expect from this franchise. As the movie progresses, we see the trio make their way to Samoa, where Hobbs needs the help of his family, both to retrieve the virus out of Hattie before she goes viral and starts infecting people, and to help take down this super agent and the company employing him. The action never ceases, but we as the audience are torn over whether we enjoy that more or the character interactions themselves. So, what to say about this one? Do you ever go into a movie just really wanting to not like it, and then despite your best efforts, you were just thoroughly entertained? That is this movie. Forever, I have thought that the Fast and the Furious franchise is just wearing thin, at least from a logical perspective. I mean, how many of these can be made? And now spin-offs? I mean, come on. But this movie is fun, which I think is a direct result of the cast. Watching Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham go back and forth is just entertainment in itself. I almost feel like it would be just as much fun watching the outtakes of them digging on each other. Plus, I'll watch Idris Elba in anything, which was almost a problem, because what a charismatic villain. I definitely didn't want him to lose, and I found myself rooting for everyone in this movie. All in all, the action is fun, albeit how many there's no way they would have survived that moments can we take before there's just no suspense left in the movie anymore. There are a few character appearances and name drops from the previous Fast and the Furious movies, but what's fun about this one is random new characters that just pop up and who they're played by. It seems that this one went hard for the comedy angle. I feel like this movie is almost better if you watch it as just an action movie that has nothing to do with the franchise, especially since there's one line that seems to throw off the continuity of the previous film, but maybe that's just me missing something. Whether you love all of the movies in the franchise or you watch them in secret hoping no one finds out, you can definitely take this one in to add to that guilty pleasures list. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Matt. And coming up next, Taylor. Why do I keep calling you Taylor today, Tyler? Tyler has the last look at the 7-day forecast coming up.